Hello, my name is Firdaus.
Hi, I'm Marcella.
Hi, my name is Nadia Natasha binti Abdul Syukur.
Hai, I am Nur Amisha binti Abdul Aziz. Hai, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Norazina Najwa binti Abdul Samad.
And we are from Group 1. So our group are going to talk about the unemployment, but to understand about the unemployment itself, we should understand first about the business cycle because both are interconnected. According to Keynes' definition, business cycle can help you to see in two kind of situation. One which is a good trade. Good trade can help you to see the rises of the price of gross domestic product and the falling percentage of unemployment. While on the other hand, on the bad trade, it helps you to see the rises of the percentage of unemployment rate and the falling prices of gross domestic product. Just explained to you about the definition of the business cycle, and it did mention a lot of about unemployment rate. So now we're going to see and understand further about what is the unemployment itself and how it can be measured.
Unemployment is a situation where there are labor force who are actively searching for jobs but they are unable to find the jobs.
The way how to measure the business cycle, which comprises both unemployment rate and the price of gross domestic product or GDP, there is a graph about it, but the graph itself consists of 4 types of phase. One is peak, recession, throw, and recovery. So let us see one by one what's the meaning of 4 of it. Well, firstly, it's a peak or a boom phases. That is the highest level of phases in a graph. It can be as high as Mountain Everest, if that possible, but never mind. But how can it be that high? Well, simple. A business or a firm invests more and increases the usage of factors of production, namely land, labor, capital, or entrepreneurship, which increases the wages and the price of inputs. For example, when the government of Malaysia decided to build another international airport, namely Kuala Lumpur International Airport 2, it will increase the numbers of job opportunities for the citizens. Alright. Let's say if other firms do the same thing to expand their capital or their lands or their labor or entrepreneur, the numbers of jobs can be exceeded the numbers of the workers, which effectively this can increase of prices, wages, interest, and also the profits. So when all the factors of production has been used at the maximum capacity, that is how the graph can reach at the peak phases. But however, even though the business cycle has reached to the peak level, but doesn't mean they're going to be there forever. There will be a time that they're going to be in the downward process, and that process known as a recession. Recession is the second phases. There are 4 reasons why the recession can happen. 1, there is a decrease of volumes of output, trade and transaction. Second is the increase of level of unemployment. Thirdly, when there is a reduction aggregate in terms of wages and profit. And lastly, there will be a decline in consumption, expenditure, and investment level. Well, take COVID-19 as an example. When the world has been struck by the COVID-19, many economic activities has been halted, namely tradings or productions or even manufacturings, which effectively they find it struggle to pay wages to their own labor, which effectively those labor will lose the power of purchasing. On the other hand, even the firm itself will find it struggle for them to expand their own land or their own capitals. So that is how recessions can happen. Thirdly is a throw. Throw is a phase where the GDP of one state has stopped from bring recession or even depression. But even though it stops, but the output of trade and transaction is at the minimum level while the unemployment rate is at the maximum level. So for example, at this phase is that investors have stopped investing in the stock markets, many weak industry have closed their own business, and the third, the debtors found it difficult to pay their own debts. So therefore, the overall level of economic activities at this level will be at the lowest one. Lastly is a phase of recovery. This is when either the government or firm has found a solution to the problems that they faced during the recession phase. For example, when it comes to the unemployment, the government can use the expansionary monetary policy, specifically at the open markets operation, where the central banks are going to buy all the short-term bonds from the individuals. Not only that, the central bank also can lower the percentage of cash reservations from the commercial banks so they can encourage to the public and businessmen to take more loans. Not only that, even the government itself can use the expansionary fiscal policy where they can decrease the taxes and increases the expenditure either to expand or to improve the infrastructure. So that is how they're going to recover their own economics.
Firstly, the unemployment rate for Malaysia in the year of 2015 is 3.1%, while in the year of 2020 is 4.55%. Secondly, as for the unemployment rate for Singapore in the year of 2015 is 3.79%, while it rose up to 5.19%. Lastly, Indonesia marked up the unemployment rate at 4.51% in the year of 2015, while the rate for 2020 is 4.11%.
Hi, I am going to explain to you guys about the types of unemployment. There are 4 types of unemployment. First is frictional unemployment, second is cyclical unemployment, the third one is the structural unemployment, and last but not least is seasonal unemployment. First type of unemployment is frictional unemployment. This type of unemployment occurs when people who are in between jobs or who are entering or re-entering the labor force. Some people voluntarily to leave their jobs in order to pursue other opportunities. This person is either waiting for something or has already quit a job because they want a high salary or better position. Frictional unemployment is exemplified by graduating students or people who return to work after taking time off. Cyclical unemployment is a second type of unemployment. It occurs when there is a lack of jobs resulting from a downswing in a business cycle or a recession. When consumer demand for goods and services decrease, production also will decrease. This decrease the demand for workers and it will result in unemployment. Customers have less money to spend and it will have a revenue loss as a result. Companies are forced to cut off more workers in order to maintain profit. This is structural unemployment. Structural unemployment occurs when a country's economy undergoes structural changes. This means that a worker lost his or her job because it is no longer part of the economic structures, because the labor force composition does not respond quickly enough to changing consumer demands, technological advancements, or competition from imported goods. Structural unemployment exists. As a result, workers' skilled talents and experience become useless. Last but not least, seasonal unemployment. Seasonal unemployment occurs as a result of seasonal changes in the activities of specific industries. Climate change, changes in fashion trends, or the inherent nature of the industries themselves may all contribute to this. The labor force is employed at times and unemployed at other times in this type of job. We can conclude from the name that the cause of this unemployment is mainly due to the climate change or other scenarios that may reduce or change people's demands or lifestyles.
First of all, it can give an impact on their financial status. The job provides wages, but due to unemployment, they might have less income. When they have less income, they might even resort to using their saving or loan service to support their daily necessities like food and electricity bills. So this could put them into a more dire situation as it lowered their quality of life. Other than that, it also exposed them to mental health problems like anxiety, stress, and depression, as they might have to worry about a lot of things, especially on how to re-enter the labor enforcement in the future. Last but not least, when they are exposed into these high stress-related situations, they also might develop physical health problems like headaches and high blood pressure. Next, unemployment also causes poverty in underdeveloped communities. When there is a lot of people who are unemployed, this will cause them to have a poorer neighborhood. For example, it is known that criminal cases are linked with unemployment because people will seek another easy alternative to support themselves. So when this happens, it will cause a high criminal cases in the area and lead to poverty, as there are limited job opportunities, limited access to public transport, and limited assistance from the government. Last but not least, unemployment also affects the economy as a whole. When people are unemployed, they might spend less money on products and services. So this also means that they are less contributing to the economy in relation to products and services that are being produced. Hence, high unemployment also indicates that the economy is operating below full capacity and is inefficient. So this can lead to lower output and incomes. The cause of unemployment can be measured by GNP. The potential GNP is determined by the current level of output with full employment, meanwhile the actual GNP is the current level of output. Hence, when this happens, it can lead to slow economic growth that can lead to low output and economic depression.
I think that's all. Thank you.
That's all from me. Bye.
That's all from us. Thank you.
That's all from us. Thank you.
So that is all from us. Thank you for listening and goodbye.